Welcome to Legion Builds, where I guide you on how to bring your favorite characters into Dungeons & Dragons. This video and all my content is made possible by my Patreon supporters. It's also dedicated to everyone who subscribes to my channel. Really, I wouldn't do any of this without you guys, thank you. Today we're building the original X-Men leader that became the new Magneto, Scott Summers, aka Cyclops, also known as the least popular Marvel character of all time. I'm not going to chime in onto whether Cyclops is the living embodiment of white bread or the fact that he's the field leader of a team of people who could all have multi-million-dollar movie franchises without him. Nope, I'm not going to chime in on that. I will, on the other hand, chime in on the fact that the last X-Men movie screwed up his powers completely. He does not fire laser beams from his eyes. He fires concussive force beams that upon impact pushes the target back or devastates an object it hits. I really hate the fact that the movie started to give it heat because I feel like, his optic blasts are just a little bit better than that. Also, while he is not the coolest X-Men, not chiming in on that I swear, Scott is also a tactical leader and an expert in hand-to-hand combat. For today's build, we'll be using the Player's Handbook, Sword Coast Adventurer's Guide, and probably whatever book you choose for yourself. This will make sense in a second. We're using standard point array to make things easy, and we are multi-classing for just 2 levels, but we still need to keep an eye on minimums. We'll start things off with Charisma at 15. You've been class president for 60 years. Fictional people seem to really like you. Strength will follow at 14. There are stronger members of the X-Men, but you're in great shape. Dex comes in at 13. As with Strength, you are very nimble and quick for someone on a team full of people who are much better at it than you are. Con will be low with a 12. Something tells me you're someone who posts photos on social media talking about your sweet gains and your amazing diets. Intelligence will be low with a 10 because we have to place that somewhere and we're dumping Wisdom. The whole Phoenix Force thing didn't really pan out as well as you thought it would. Cyclops is a mutant. Variant Human grants a free feat and skill with your stat improvements. Place +1 into Charisma and into Dex. For your feat, Inspiring Leader found in the Player's Handbook allows you to spend 10 minutes inspiring up to 6 teammates, including yourself, that are within 30 feet of you and can hear you. Each creature now gains temporary HP equal to your character level plus Charisma modifier. For your skill, grab Acrobatics. For your background, we need the skills Deception and Athletics. Time to make you a mutant, I guess. We need a class that doesn't completely make sense for you, but it's also the only class that can give you your powers and perfectly match. Level 1 Warlocks start off with 2 skills, take Intimidation and Investigation. Otherworldly Patron gives you a source of your power, and for you this is just BS. Having a patron for you is worthless. I'm not even going to give you one. Choose for yourself. Pact Magic makes you a fake spellcaster, and this is actually why we're really here. Well, this and one other feature. We need 1 spell that only Warlocks can have, and if we use the feat Magic Initiate, we'll need another feat to make it even better, and that will take too long. You start off with 2 cantrips and 2 spells. For your spells, Eldritch Blast fires your concussive force beams out to 120 feet and deals 1d10 force damage on a hit. Sword Burst blasts out against every creature within 5 feet of you. Each creature must make a dex save or take 1d6 force damage. By the way, these are both cantrips, so you get 2 first level spells, but we don't need anything, so yet again, this is all about customizing. Level 2 Warlocks gain Eldritch Invocations, and this is why we took 2 levels into Warlock. If we didn't do this, we would require a total of 3 feats to pull this off, as I've already stated. I'm only repeating this because I know I'm going to get comments saying, just take Magic Initiate and that's it. No, this is good, trust me. Invocations augment your abilities and improve them. For your invocations, Agonizing Blast adds your Charisma modifier to your Eldritch Blast damage. Repelling Blast pushes back a creature you hit with your Eldritch Blast by 10 feet. And now your Optic Blasts are just like in the comics. You get a new spell, and it's your last one, so go nuts. Level 1 Fighters start off with a fighting style. Unarmed fighting makes your unarmed strikes 1d8 when not holding any item. You can also deal 1d4 bludgeoning damage to a creature you are grappling at the start of your turn. Second Wind lets you heal yourself 1d10 plus your fighter level once per short or long rest. Level 2 fighters receive action Surge. You can now give yourself a free action once per short or long rest. Level 3 fighters gain their subclass. Time to make you one inspiring bastard. Banneret, found in Sword Coast, gives you Rallying Cry. This lets you share your second wind with up to 3 creatures within 60 feet of you. Each creature gains HP equal to your fighter level if they can see or hear you. Your character level 5 now. You can now fire 2 Eldritch Blasts with a single action, and Sword Burst now does 2d6 force damage. Level 4 fighters earn our first ability score improvement. Let's boost Charisma for more powerful Optic Blast and more temp HP from your speeches. Level 5 fighters receive extra attack. You can now attack twice with a single attack action. Level 6 fighters earn another ability score improvement, Cap Off Charisma. Level 7 Banneret fighters have Royal Envoy. You now have the skill Persuasion, and now your proficiency bonus is double for Persuasion. Not the greatest, but you can keep convincing people to join multiple X-Men teams, even though Wolverine is already on all of them. Seriously, he complained about this too, dude. Level 8 fighters earn another ability score improvement. Place this into strength for better punches, because even though you never need to be near anyone because of your powers, you get close for some reason. Level 9 fighters gain Indomitable. You can now re-roll failed saving throws, including death saves, once per long rest. Your character level 11 now. You can fire 3 Eldritch Blasts with a single action, and Sword Burst now does 3d6 force damage. Level 10 Banneret fighters receive Inspiring Surge. Now when you use your action surge, you can share it with one creature you can see within 60 feet. They can now make one melee or one ranged weapon attack as a reaction, providing they can see or hear you. Level 11 fighters gain another extra attack. You can now attack 3 times with a single attack action. Level 12 fighters earn another ability score improvement. Place this into strength once again. Level 13 fighters receive another use of Indomitable. Level 14 fighters earn another ability score improvement. Let's dump this into your dump stat to get rid of that negative. You do make some good decisions after all. Level 15 Banneret fighters gain Bulwark. This lets you share your Indomitable. When you reroll a failed Intelligence, Wisdom, or Charisma saving throw and you aren't incapacitated, you can choose one ally within 60 feet that has also failed the same saving throw against the same effect. If it can see or hear you, they can now reroll the save. You are now character level 17. You can fire 4 Eldritch Blasts with a single action, and your Sword Burst now does 4d6 force damage. Level 16 fighters earn our final ability score improvement. Let's bump up Con because you aren't immortal or invulnerable like your teammates. You have just beams of force that everyone calls lasers for some odd reason. Level 17 fighters now have 2 uses of Action Surge and 3 uses of Indomitable. Our final level is level 18 fighter, and Bannerets can now grant Inspiring Surge to 2 allies within 60 feet of you. Not the greatest ending, but enjoy all the health and Optic Blasts. Now that we've hit level 20, let's recap. Your stats are Strength 18, Dex 14, Con 14, Intelligence 10, Wisdom 10, Charisma 20. Your total levels are Warlock 2, Fighter 18. Let's dive in. Your Optic Blasts are dealing 1d10 plus 5 at 120 feet. You can fire 4 times and can push someone 10 feet back with each hit. This is also a cantrip, so you never have to use your spell slots. And you can use Action Surge to fire this up to 8 times in a single turn. You are also one Inspiring Bastard. You can grant 25 temporary HP, share your second wind, Action Surge, and Indomitable. Finally, you can add plus 17 to all your Persuasion checks. Downside: your melee attacks aren't magical, but you have a magic attack that has 120 foot range, so who cares? Oh yeah, you do need to be within 60 feet to use most of your sharing abilities, and your wisdom and intelligence is adding nothing to saves. So, you know, the telepaths you end up dating might not be trustworthy and might manipulate you a bit easier because of this. But in the end, that's all. Lead the team and try not to break down and become a villain, and for the love of the gods, don't fall in love with every telepathic person you meet. At this point, your type is pretty clear to everyone and you still get dates. Thank you for joining me today. Make sure to like and subscribe to not miss a single new build each week on YouTube and Spotify. And make sure to check out my Patreon where you can help decide next week's build. Now live on Patreon, we have two beloved heroes who love to wear black and wield finesse weapons going head to head. It's Wesley from Princess Bride versus Luke Skywalker from Star Wars.